YouTube fam, Mr. Three Wheel Traveler back again with another short video, and I'm gonna try to make this kind of quick without leaving out any details. First and foremost, thanks for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. But this video is not about my Can-Am Spider. It's actually about my Suzuki Grand Vitara, and I came upon an item on eBay that I wanted to purchase to kind of plus up my Suzuki Grand Vitara. And what they are Fender flare extenders, okay? And this is what came in the package. I ordered this from out of the country. It's been exported in. I believe it came from Russia. Anyway, and for those of you that have a concern with that, as much as I tried to search for USA made parts, I failed at finding them. So I went with the one that after extensive search, I went with the one that I was able to get, and I took the chance. $280 it cost me, and it came with all of these individual parts right here. The parts that's on the right hand side, these are the rear. I believe these are the rear parts, and it's for left and right side. And then the parts that's on the left hand side is the front rear wheels. Okay, it came with this seriously long two-sided tape that you have to cut to fit. Two-sided tape. You remove the red piece, the red backing, adhere it to the wheel well fender flare, and then when you go to put the fender flare onto your bike, you remove the opposite side, and it helps adhere to the body of the vehicle. In addition, it came with 27 Phillip head short screws. Okay, and I thought that was an unusual amount. If anything, it would have came with either 28 or 26, an even number. But maybe I got one extra. Then it came with some kind of 3M. There's a little pad in here, and it feels, I guess, kind of moist. I'm not sure if this is an alcohol pad or it's 3M Promoter. 3M Promoter is a chemical used to adhere 3M tape to the surface that you're putting it on. So, because I'm not sure, I've already wiped down the back of each one of these pieces to where it will make contact with the body of my vehicle, and I'm going to use this my own 3M primer to cut and adhere the included 3M tape to the pieces. So stick around. So it's pretty much, I'm going to take the two-sided tape, and I'm going to cut it to length, 2 pieces per, 1 piece per, but I have 2 sides, so 2 pieces each, and then adhere it to the piece, adhere it to the fender flare. So seriously hoping that they gave me enough as opposed to having to piece this together. So allocating pieces for each of the long parts first will tell me if I have enough. So that's 2 pieces for that. And then on the front, since I have 2 of these pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and cut 2 pieces here. So those pieces for the front is already done, and this is what I have left. And I have 4 more pieces. I have 4 more pieces to cut. So if you follow what I'm doing, I'm pretty much taking 1 piece, and because there's an identical piece to it, I'm sizing the tape up, and then I'm just doubling it, because so that's for 1 piece, and then that's for the identical piece on the opposite side. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So now I sized it 1 time, but doubled up the tape, and then cut that piece for both the left and the right side. So that's 2. And then after this, I have 1 more piece to cut for the smallest piece. So again, it looks like I should be good then. And then the last piece is the shortest, and it appears that I have enough with just a little bit extra. So the time limit that it took me to cut these pieces actually worked in my favor, because the 3M promoter that you see me apply to the piece with the cotton ball says that you have to at least let it sit for 5 minutes before you apply it. So, being that I did that, I'm going to, and I know that this piece here is the inside of the wheel well. So this top part here is the part that's going to be touching up against the body of the vehicle. So I'm going to want to put the tape like that. So I'm going to want to make sure I'm going to want to remove the backing, the two-sided tape. Like I said, this came with no instructions, so I'm really not sure if I'm doing this properly. I believe that I am. So if this piece go up against the body, this piece should go against that. That's what I'm thinking. So I take that piece off, take the piece, and this is what I'm looking at. Should properly, how this might properly go on. With the arrow-shaped piece of the adhesive pointing to the top, so that it cushions up against the body. I've never done this before, so like I said, it's trial and error for me. So look at that. That fell short right there. So once I finished, I'm going to make sure I put a piece of tape there. So what I just mentioned about was, if you look at this piece here, this tape, this like an arrow shape. So I'm assuming that the top portion of the arrow is the piece that goes up against the body. And that this bottom piece here goes up against the fender flare. So I'm thinking that that's the best part. That's how it should be done. So that's how I'm doing this, the way that I'm doing it. So again, so with the arrow piece up, remove the back part, which is going to adhere to the piece. Wow, did I cut? Okay, these two parts are the same. So let's go ahead and do this. Just like I said, I wanted to do it. And with no experience in this, I did watch a couple of videos. I have dealt with some 3M products in the past, but I'm just going to say I'm going to see what happens. My Suzuki Grand Vitara is it's a 2008 model. I bought it used. When I bought it, it had 49,000 miles on it, and it's normally my winter vehicle because it's four-wheel drive on the fly. So that's the primary reason why I bought it. And plus, living here in the Mile High, these winters can be rougher than I care to experience, but it is what it is. So that's the method to my madness. So those two parts are done. The next two parts, the same thing happens to all the pieces. So I'm going to speed this up. It's the Rocky Mountain Rider. I'm back again. And continuation on installing Fender flare extensions on my Suzuki Grand Vitara 2008 model Inferno Red. And when I left you last time, I talked about these two pieces that's featured in the video right now, and I didn't know where they went to, so I figured it out, and this is where they go. Like I said, this kit didn't come with instructions, and everything that I showed you in the beginning is what it came with. So I realized that this is where these pieces go. So you have to imagine and understand that you have to prep the vehicle, clean it, degrease it, all that good stuff. And this is what I ended up doing. So what's going to happen is this piece here that I told you that had came with the 3M adhesive tape already installed on it, it actually goes here, and it lines up with the design line on the SUV. And then once you put that on there, then this part of your fender flare goes over it, attaches to the vehicle, and what this allows you to do is insert your screws up underneath and secure it to the panel, the first panel that you put on there. And that's what has to happen. But before I do any of that, I'm gonna need to remove these pop pins that's on there from my mud flaps and in and around the vehicle. So stand by.
Right. So that's how that should be done. And you do some fine tuning once you get your pieces on. Right, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is the Rocky Mountain Rider, aka the Three Wheel Traveler. Please like, share, and subscribe to help me support my channel. See you in the next video.